together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion.
In our opinion.
What are we going to talk about, Bob?
The Restorator, which we already talked about for the upper extremity or the arms, and we're not going to talk about how you can use it for the lower extremity or the legs.
Right.
And
in the Restorator, you can see right here is how it's spelled if you're going to look for it. You know, after you see this video and you think it is for you.
we're not sure what, I mean, beyond the fact that it probably restores muscle strength, we're not sure what the origination of the name is.
But it won't come up under stationary bike, I don't believe, if you Google it. You gotta look up Restorator and you'll see this picture pop right up in front of you.
And what are we looking at for cost-wise, Brad?
You can get these, I would not go less than $30. If you get one of the $15, $10, $15 models, they are not worth buying. They're just not, they're not gonna hold up at all.
Yeah,
So,
especially for the legs.
yeah, exactly. Before we get going with this, we're talking about exercises for someone who's in pretty deconditioned.
Right.
If you're not walking much, it's typically elderly people, or you've been in an accident or recovering from something, your legs are weak, walking is very taxing.
Very overweight, and you can't do some of these things.
Right.
This is a great exercise for someone who just, you know, you can put it in front of the TV, you can sit, and you can start getting some motion, start burning some calories, start building up your heart muscle a little
Get
bit.
circulation going.
Yeah.
Is helpful for that edema. If you got
Absolutely.
swelling in your legs, get that swelling up. So there's a number of reasons this is not going to be for the athlete, the younger person who's up and moving around. This is for the low-level person who's weak and recovering, or is, you know, 60s, 70s, 80s year old in their house.
And as an alternative, which we're going to mention I might as well mention at this point, this does work really well, and we're going to talk about instances in which this will work better than the other alternative, but the other alternative is an elliptical machine, which we've been using, and we actually did a video on it. It's called the InMotion E1000 elliptical. We're very big fans of this. We use a lot of them in our clinics,
Right.
and they've held up for years and years. In fact, Brad just talked about one that finally broke down.
You use it every day in the clinic for about 5 years, so in your house you'll never wear it out.
Yeah.
The thing about
if
this
you're using
is,
it in a seated position.
right. And the video goes through it. The price for this is about $100.
Right.
It's heavier, you're not going to pick it up and move it around very
Right,
easily.
so that's the disadvantage, but it works better, I would say, than this. But yeah, again, it's heavier and it's more expensive, and you're not going to move it around easily. So.
Should we go on how to use this, Bob?
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Okay, and how to use the Restorator, okay? You'll set it on the floor. Carpet works well because you don't want it sliding around on you. You're going to pull up your chair next to it like so. There are foot straps here, little stirrup straps. If you have a small foot, you might be able to get your foot in there, but this happens all the time. It's hard to get in there. If you're by yourself, oftentimes, most of my patients when I work with them, I just have them put their foot over like this. It's a lot easier, and their feet typically don't come out. And we go here, and it's as simple as this. Make sure your chair is positioned properly so you can relax in the chair, lean back, get your feet up on there, and you just start pedaling. I would start out with about a minute or two and see how it feels. If you have no problems, you know, you're going to work your way up, and I'm talking about a deconditioned person, someone that has walking or problems walking for exercise. You use this and build yourself up to 5 to 10, maybe 15 minutes.
And there is an intensity knob, but Brad, you said it really doesn't do much, does it?
Well,
it helps a little, maybe?
It does, but it's hard to vary the resistance. Like I just turned it on, I don't feel much resistance. It's more of a range of motion machine.
Yeah, I would look at it from the strength standpoint.
You can play with that. Maybe the one you get works better than the ones I've worked with. Probably not.
Now this unit is always good for arthritis too. A lot of people think that when you have arthritis you shouldn't move the joint, but actually if you have arthritis in your knees, it's actually healthy to keep the joints moving.
Right.
It almost keeps them lubricated. So this is very good for knee arthritis or hip arthritis if you can do it without significant pain.
Right.
So
the other thing about this that people have problems with, if you do this on a hard floor, the tendency is that this will start sliding away on you as you're pedaling because
that's what I've seen.
it doesn't grip. So the solution to that is, can we pan over here, Nancy, is simply put it up against the wall and bring your chair here, get your position right, get your foot on there, and it's stuck. There's no way it's moving against the wall, and you just pedal away Again, start out with a couple minutes, build up to 5 minutes. If that feels good over a period of a couple weeks, you may get up to 15 minutes and work with that. Watching TV while you're doing it, or you can even read a book, whatever you like to do. So, it's a nice Restorator, and you'll
Very
see
lightweight, easy to move.
Yeah, and it's light, easy to move. You can take it with you to someone else's house if you're staying somewhere else for a while. Any other points on this?
Nothing I can think of, Brad, I think
Okay.
you covered it.
Thank you.